In the last few months, I made a film photography video during the hot desert of Marrakesh. I made one on the bustling busy streets of Madrid, and I've even done one here in the city of Glasgow. But what I haven't done, and what we're going to do for the first time tonight, is night photography on film. But not just any film, it's the film that many people made. It's tailor-made for this kind of night and neon photography, and that is CineStill. So tonight I've got one roll of this 800T CineStill. We're going to go out there, take some photos amongst all the glitter and lights during this Christmas period. And yeah, that's basically it. Let's get into it. So it is just the one row of 800 CineStill I got. They only had one in stock. I went to go buy this. And I've also got the trusty DW Olympus OM1. Currently got the 50mm on it, but I've also got the 28mm on it. So we'll see how the night goes as we progress tonight. Straight away, this is the absolute prime location to start. This is down like Mitchell Lane, and you have these classic kind of neon signs up here. I might do it both like looking down this way and going down that way, but immediately you have the red light shining down off the reflective surface here because it has been raining all day today. I'm going to do it with the 50mm, so I'm going to get myself configured and we're going to go take a shot. I've come to the opposite side now, so I'm looking down the opposite way to I was looking. This could work, it could not work. You're not getting as much red reflective on the surface, but I'm willing to at least give it a go because you still have a lot of kind of lights on either side. So I'm willing to give it a go. Much as like the story with all film that is, I have no idea how these photos look until they get developed. But I'm even more nervous about this because I've never shot at night before on film. So I've got my shutter speed, or sorry, my f-stop is at right down to the very bottom, so 1.8. I've gone for 250th of a second, and I've got it at 800 ISO, but don't really know if that's any good or not, because I mentioned in a previous video, the light metering on my film camera is broken at the moment, so we are kind of winging it right now. This bingo light here, or the kind of frontage of it, at least the lights, that is absolutely perfect for CineStill. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to wait for someone to go through the shot, and I'll actually pick out, so you can see it changes colour. I quite like the idea of the greens actually, I quite like that. So what I'll do is I'll need to be patient, wait for the right person to go through at the right time so I can get it at the right colours. So I'm going to have to be patient with this one, but I'm really hoping this could pay off because that is just like a classic CineStill shot right there. You have this bright kind of big convenience shop with kind of neon lights flashing and scrolling across the window would just make a kind of classic one. I've hopefully exposed enough for the highlights where it's just going to be them in shot and the people going across it will be in complete darkness. I hope at least. So I did do a bit of research before I started this video to kind of pick out the wee points in the city I wanted to go to that had the kind of nice big neon lights. And while there is plenty of them, I also do need to err on a bit of kind of be a bit more conservative with my photos, because as it goes, stating the obvious here, but with film, I only have so many shots I can take. It's something I've learned that like you kind of have to deal with, as opposed to when it's the digital format. I can be as trigger friendly as I want, just snap away one after the other, but with this, I only have so many shots. So as much as I can enjoy the process, I kind of also need to kind of check myself and just bear in mind that I don't have as many shots as I want, so I need to be a bit more careful with that. Look at that, that is perfect, got the Empire sign. I don't know if that P is meant to be flashing, if that's part of the aesthetic, or it's because it's malfunctioning. Either way, I quite like it. I don't know, it's going to be a challenge to try and get a photo of it, so I don't know if it'll just say MI or Empire. I'm not too sure how the photo will turn out in the end. I've come around to the opposite side of this, and actually now I can see it's actually reflecting, the words Empire reflecting on the surface of that glass there. What I'm going to do is I'm going to switch it up. I had the 50mm on me, I got a previous shot. I'm going to do the 28, kind of widen up a little bit. That should be because it's allowing me to get a lot closer to hopefully get a better shot. But I might, didn't he come, yes, come around this way, that's a lot better. Much better that. Thundercat, get down. Oh, might just do that.
Oh, we're here. We're here on
I have actually been in that Thundercat before, and it is actually really nice. So if you are in town in Glasgow one night and you're looking for on a night out, you want a good bit of bevy and some good grub, Thundercat, guarantee you'll love it. Apologies for the wind if you can hear it, but here we have the Armani kind of frontage. So what I'll do is, once that is out of the way, I'll take a photo of kind of this section here. I've gone for the 28, which is actually quite wide, but I do quite like it because it might allow me to get this entire frontage in the shot. I'm about half an hour, 40 minutes into the shoot, and I'm probably just going about a third the way through the film. It's going pretty well. Actually, it's been a lot more productive than I thought it would be. The rain is kind of like, it threatens to kind of rain, which actually I wouldn't be too much against, to be honest, in this kind of, like, this is what I was kind of going for. This is the kind of reputation CineStill has online, particularly like amongst photographers. Like you see on YouTube, it's very kind of like Blade Runner-esque on you, kind of shoots, kind of like neon signs. It's very kind of like dystopian almost in a way. I like this classic little wee Japanese kind of wee restaurant. Love the little kind of katsu little new sign. So I'm like, do take out the 50mm and try and just my best to kind of get that kind of shot just up to the window frame there. And if I'm lucky, the rain is coming down now, so hopefully if I can maybe, if I'm lucky again, fingers crossed on that, if I can get maybe someone walking through with preferably an umbrella, would be good. That huge billboard's reflecting off the surface really nicely. This is just a really kind of good lighting area for the CineStill to kind of show its trade. So what I'll do is I'll wait for, hopefully this bus is going to move pretty soon. That'll give me kind of a nice big clear space to kind of take a photo. So I might have to play the waiting game a wee bit here. At the risk of this video becoming just a video of me taking photos in front of neon shop signs, what I'll do is we'll finish on this one. Like, this one will be the last one. I promise we'll move on to something else, because there are other shops I'd like to go to, or not necessarily shops, but other kind of areas I'd like to go to, because I think we are down to my last 24 shots, so there are 12 left, so to go. There's someone getting in trouble over there. You can see the police lights flashing through the bus screen, so I took a photo through that, and the lights kind of missed it up here. So again, it was difficult to see if I could focus on it, so I may not have, so that's going to be completely random. We'll see how that turns out at the very end. One man's arrest is another man's photo opportunity. That's the takeaway from this. Here's a potential interesting opportunity. So this kind of alleyway is in complete darkness, but just down there to the entrance of this car park, it's all kind of lit. So what I might do is, hopefully if I've exposed correctly or got the lighting composition proper, I'll take a photo and it'll just be that down there in focus. So I'll take a photo before a car comes up this way, or even worse if a security guard tells me to beat it. I have about 10 shots left, so we're now getting into the home stretch of it. I'll put a couple snapshots, if I could speak correctly, up on the screen of what I've been getting. It's been pretty good actually, been really enjoying it. It's been pretty good, getting some nice good shots in as I go along. It's kind of obviously a frustrating process, because again, like, I have absolutely no idea how these photos are going to turn out. I don't know if they're actually going to be any good or not. Like, I've been kind of like adjusting the shutter speed. I'm going from 500th of a sec to 250. I don't know if they're going to be any good, so I suppose we'll find out in a few days time whether this video is good enough to post. Here is one that I had planned right from the start. This is the Glasgow Film Theatre. And if you're ever in Glasgow, or if you are from Glasgow and you want to go see a good film, this is a great place to go see it. A local little wee film theatre. So please, as now more than ever, support local film. But anyway, look at those beautiful neon, those little light bulbs there. I'll wait for someone to walk through the shot so I can create a good photo, because I think that'll be really good. There's a good photo opportunity there, a wee Asian restaurant, but the whole window was completely steamed up, and I could see just about maybe the silhouettes of like the people sitting down at their tables, so I took a photo of it in the 50mm. Again, no idea how that'll turn out, but all I can do is just keep all my fingers crossed on that one. This is just an absolute overstimulus of illuminating signs, but one I really do like in particular is that, the radio sign up there. I do like that, so I'm going to try and see if I can use the 50mm and try and get just that in the shot, because all this is a little bit too much for me right now. So hold on, I'll see how successful I get. I might try and go onto the other side of it and look back up this way. Let's see how I get on. So I did take one looking down that way, but here is better because you can see it reflects more there in the window, much like it's all about the Empire sign. So again, I'll dig out the 50mm and get a photo of that punched in, so I can just get rid of all this that's cluttering up the photo. I've come here for what is probably going to be the last shot, because I'm up to 34 shots. I've got maybe 2 left at most. Is to get this shot here where it says No Mean Pub. This is a classic illuminated sign in this pub here on Sauchiehall Street. This is just what I had in mind when I got the CineStill, so I'm going to take a photo of this and kind of just in the portrait composition, take a good photo of that. Hopefully, maybe see if someone goes through shot, see if I'm lucky, if I do have two left, I'll try and get one with someone, one without, but let's just see how I can get on. Just took my last shot there, that neon sign, and with that is the roll finished, and that means the video is finished. I really actually enjoyed that. Really enjoyed a kind of different kind of settings to get out in Glasgow at night and just take some good photos. Although, as I've been saying throughout the whole video, I have absolutely no idea if these photos are going to actually be any good or if this video is going to be worth putting out there. So if this video does see the light of day, I hope you enjoyed it. And with that, we'll wrap it up and I'll see you again soon. Thanks for watching.